I'm just gonna be honest, this is not really an excuse. It's been a while. I know it's just, I was not motivated. I honestly lost a bit of interest and I had desire to focus on other things such as movie reviews on my other channel and started making more videos for my third channel. It's been a lot and just things I've been focused on. There have been quite a few life changes, but we're here now. I'm here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have left you. It's been a long time. I did the song wrong. Hello, everyone. My name is Max Aaron James. I make videos, clearly. Recently, I've been doing a lot more painting. I've been trying to build up my coding skills and get better at that, especially while I'm building a website for myself to put a lot of my content up there, videos, my writing, trying to make pitch decks as well, maybe blogs. That's an iffy thing. I watched a lot of movies this year, mostly because I just love cinema, but partly because I'm trying to become a better writer. I've been really putting effort into writing, and I am very proud of all that I've completed thus far and what I can see myself completing in the near future. Been looking for work and spending a lot of my time with people I care about and love. Also, now I am returning to school again. All right, so after a couple years, after 2 years of being separated from the military, I decided, hey, let's go back to school. Let's put the GI Bill to use. And I think part of the reason it took a while is because I was not entirely sure what I was going to go back to school for. Like, what was I going to do? What was I going to study? What career path was I committed to being going down? And eventually, I taught myself a little bit of coding on my own, or at least the basics of tech standards and principles and stuff, like the pillars of coding. And to get this job that I ended up being, this company I ended up being a part of and working for about just over a year, a few months over a year, so 15 months. And it was good and I enjoyed it. And I think that solidified my interest in IT and tech and still the business side of it as well. So I decided, let me get something that will allow me to learn a bit about the business, but also learning about systems, information systems, information technology, etc., and improve my development skills and improve my coding. And I'm pretty good, I would say, of the traditional classroom setting. And I don't know if I shared this before, but I feel like sharing it now. After I separated, I did an intern job as a maintenance technician, ended up moving to Dallas, Texas, to do that, and was not really feeling it. Had issues with people I was working with and this organization, and I saw that there were going to be cuts. I mean, they even wanted to drop my pay prior to me leaving, and so I put my 2 weeks in. Then I decided to just drive to Atlanta. So I drove to Atlanta straight from Dallas after after a couple days after my last day of working. It was really Norcross. That's where I live currently, Norcross, Georgia. I know it's not Atlanta, it's more of the metro area. I got a job at Publix. 2 weeks into working at Publix, I ended up putting my 2-week notice in. It had nothing to do necessarily with Publix. It was more that the pay was not enough for me to take care of myself for the position that we started off at, and it was not really something I wanted to do. I was not fit for that position, and the position did not suit my goals or my vision. And then of course I had a few months of teaching myself this development and coding stuff, and then I got that job that I was contracted with the company for about a year. And so now we are here. Well, right now I'm actually at the store about to get some snacks because I'm feeling a bit snacky.
I shot him down, bang, bang. I hit the ground, bang, bang. That awful sound, bang, bang. My baby shot me.
All right, so just watched the first volume of Kill Bill. Waiting for the intermission to end, and then volume 2 starts. This is my first time seeing it in theaters. I was maybe 9, 10 years old when it came out. So watching it in theaters and this experience, this movie's amazing. This movie's a hell of an experience. And this just reminds me of why Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. He's actually probably my favorite, followed by Martin Scorsese, and then maybe Denis Villeneuve. And my goodness, I love it. I mean, watching stuff like this just makes me more motivated or inspired. Inspired is the right word. Inspired to just write more, create more, make risk and chances with how I tell stories and how I write. So far, this is being a very long but very enjoyable Saturday. All right, so that is my Saturday. Saw Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, which is, for those who do not know, volumes 1 and 2 together. And there was, of course, an intermission. There was a band that played before the first one, and during the intermission, played some music. They played a lot of the music that is known for being in Kill Bill, the very dramatic music, and they even performed a couple songs. I don't know the name of the songs. The one that goes bang bang, that one. It was cool. I mean, again, Tarantino is an inspiration to me. I really enjoy his movies, but his art is great. I love his work, and I love his films, and I watch his films a lot. Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies ever. Kill Bill, particularly Volume 1, is an amazing theatrical experience. I'm glad I was able to see it, to have that experience, to see it in theaters. And for a second, I was like, maybe this movie is my favorite Tarantino movie. But I think I really appreciate Pulp Fiction more so for the character dynamic and how a lot of the characters interact in that movie. One thing that came to mind earlier today and last night was discussing about the people that refuse to get help from others to get to where they want to be. And it's particularly with artists, right? Whether you are a screenwriter, director, a musician, DJ, photographer, fashion designer, model, etc. So often, especially, I guess here for me, I think a lot of the people I interact with are people that start their own business, where I'm seeing this. And they very much, they want to turn down assistance or help or collaboration. I think partially because of ego, and they understandably do not want to lose their identity as far as their brand or their brand identity. But even if they were able to control, manage that, it feels like a lot of them just want to say they did stuff on their own. I got out of the mud on my own. I was able to do this on my own. No one helped me. Yet not recognizing that this just leads to a lot more competition, and this is what leads to everyone being at the bottom, which is another thing. Like, if everyone's starting their own business, no one's going to have a successful business because you're expecting someone else to invest in your business, but you're not doing the same. I mean, I'm going to these fashion markets and clothing wear events and local vendors going on, but they're walking around in high fashion or well-known brands instead of wearing the clothes of the vendor right across from them or right next to them. They're not even wearing their own clothes. So it ends up being a lot of self-sabotage. And I think people need to recognize their strengths and weaknesses, and then find people that can accommodate those weaknesses, or where they can add value to their weaknesses and with their own strengths. Anyway, that was just something that came to mind. Just I come across a lot of people that have this sense of pride, and I see it all end up being debilitating to progress. Well, that's all I have for this video. Honestly, I just wanted to get something else out. It's been so long since I've been really on this channel, right, as far as creating content. This is my main channel, but I've just been lacking. I'm sorry. Until next time, y'all take care of each other. Check up on one another. Make sure you check up on yourself. And remember, potential has no limit.